Hi, Tom. So you've just launched First Look Games Analytics. In readiness for this interview, I've done no research whatsoever. So please tell me all about it.
Yeah, and hi, Matt. So First at Games Analytics is a progression from where we've built First at Games to up till now. It's built on, I guess, a lot of requests from our game studio and publisher partners, and a lot of pathfinding technology that we feel is going to be incredibly useful to help game studios who spend millions and millions of pounds a year developing their game titles, but have next to no visibility on how it's actually being represented, how the games are being represented to players. And we find it slightly wild. We've built what we've classified as the first marketing intelligence platform designed for game studios. It's not a CRM platform, not an ad network, but it is market intelligence to help them sense check and then justify partnerships with affiliates. Now, affiliates drive anywhere between 19 and 95% of all new players to an operator's website, and then de facto 19 to 95% of all new players to a game studio's games. And that depends on the market. But if we look at the bottom end of that scale, the UK being around about 19% contribution from affiliates to operators in terms of player volume. Let's break it down. Simple numbers. In the UK alone, slots contribute £4.2 billion a year in GGR. If we assume, through various stats, that roughly 19% of that is contributed starting and originating from the affiliate funnel, that's the best part of £1 billion flowing from an affiliate through to a game studio. Of course, the game studio has their commercials with the operators, but what we worked it out as is roughly, on average, £57,000 per game in the UK market, in excess of £300,000 for higher performing games in the UK market. It's been derived because the affiliate has promoted the game on behalf of the studio. So it's high time that the studios get better visibility on which affiliates are genuinely contributing to their bottom line. And this is what First Look Games Analytics seeks to demonstrate. It enables studios on the back of that to target the right partnerships in the right markets.
And can you break down any of the key tools that this is going to deliver to those guys?
Yeah, so it's baked on top of our existing platform, which already has fairly significant reporting capabilities and functionalities for both studios and publisher affiliates. But what we've built as part of First Look Games Analytics to begin with is our website directory. This classifies by geo all the website properties that we capture on First Look Games on behalf of our publisher users. We rank them through various metrics, the default being traffic, unsurprisingly. So you can, as a studio, see this at a global level or broken down by any particular market you might want to go into. And we incorporate pretty much every market around the world. You can also filter by various other factors such as traffic trends up and down versus the previous month. We have our own scoring system which sits alongside a domain authority, which is an SEO classification for a website's strength. The First Look Games score essentially does factor in traffic, clearly, but it also looks at all manner of other things such as variance on the positivity versus negativity of reviews. Us believing that a strong affiliate site not only reviews games but does so in a varied way, really sense checking the highest quality games. So those that have a high variance, i.e. they see some games as being game changers, as we call them, and others as sort of below market average, is a good indication that this is a serious affiliate that a player is going to take very seriously. So again, studio would use this either to discover affiliates or to sense check existing deals or previous deals they've done with websites. They can then drill down by clicking through the website directory into the website details page, where they would discover a lot more information about the website in question, from key traffic stats, again by geo, looking down towards some key takeaways. Now, this is what makes First Look Games intelligent, we feel. It gives specific takeaways about this specific site for the specific studio looking at the information. That is to say that the studio can assess how many of the games this website has reviewed of theirs, how that compares to competition, what would it look like if they reviewed more games, of course. And we then move to metrics such as share of voice, a key marketing indicator of how much presence a game studio has on this website. You can see many other takeaways about the website as well, all the way down to sort of gender split on the website. So if you happen to be building a game that is targeting females, you'd be looking for a website that has a stronger female audience. Just to give one example of the kind of power that we can provide. So that's website directory and website details. The key takeaways being what we deem the true benefit of the marketing intelligence platform we've built. What studios have also been crying out for on our platform is clearer visibility of how they perform versus their competition. And this is what our studio benchmarking and game benchmarking tools do. So studio benchmarking looks at the same sort of takeaways that you'll find in the website details page relating to a single affiliate, but classify this more broadly across the board, across all the discovered hits or reviews that we find. So a studio can look at and set up a viewpoint of everybody in the market and see how they compare. They can see how they compare against studios of a similar size. That's our peer indexing. But they can also set their own competitors up to 5 for our paying users, where they can see exactly how they perform against those that they aspire to compete against, aspire to outperform, or those challenges that they can see moving up against them. So they can look at number of reviews created in total per game. They can look at share of voice, how they're doing versus everybody else in terms of presence across sites and content published. They can look at total reach, again, a critical factor. So how many players are they reaching versus everybody else? There's a very, very useful bar chart to illustrate that, make it very user-friendly, easy to share within a business. So it really sort of sense checks the performance of the brand, the studio brand, and the games on Verslet Games. We then have games benchmarking, which does exactly similar sort of thing, except at a game level. So at the minute, in version 1, we have the ability for a game studio to compare one of their games versus one of their competitors' games. So, for instance, it could be an Egyptian-themed slot that they produced, and they might want to benchmark it against one of the market leaders, say Book of Dead, for a comparative viewpoint in terms of how the game has performed amongst affiliates. Conversely, if you are playing Go and you have Book of Dead, you can see how an upstart studio is building on that same theme and how that is being resonated in the market. So that benchmarking is going to be critical to growth of partnerships with affiliates. We then have a content monitor, which pivots our existing reporting and existing analytics capabilities and gives a studio the ability to have a real clear and concise viewpoint at a studio level and at a game level and at a market level, where their games are getting coverage across any number of sites. So it's a separate viewpoint, but I think it's already going to be particularly popular amongst the PR teams and studios and agency partners they use.
Excellent. Now, I also know that part of this new development is including like an instant messenger to connect people. So how do you see people using that, and how do you think you avoid that being abused and people getting spammed?
That's a good question. At the minute, our instant messaging tool, which is certainly just gone beyond beta mode and is now live for our paying analytics studio partners to use. At the minute, only studios can conduct outreach. We provide them with guidance of how best to communicate with affiliates, instructing them to have a real good look at the website details belonging to the website in question, so they really understand what the affiliate's doing for them and in which markets, so they can tailor that outreach in the best possible way, rather than simply canvassing any number of websites. You can only send a single message at a time. That message will land at the publisher account holder's inbox. They are notified of that fact. Obviously, with any new tool like this, building usage and utility is a challenge. We're on it. We've got a team of publisher engagement managers who are ensuring that publishers understand what's going on, what the purpose of this is, and how best to conduct outreach of their own or feedback to any outreach they receive from a studio. What we're already seeing is partnerships evolve beyond the messaging tool. We've had second-hand information from our paying studio partners on analytics saying, this is great, it's working. We've been able to get in touch with these affiliates and either enhance content that's already out there or explore new branding opportunities across those websites. So it's really becoming a very useful tool for our studio partners and affiliate partners as well, who we believe are going to see strong commercial benefit from it.
And are there any plans for future iterations? Is there more functionality you can see yourselves adding as time goes by?
Yeah, absolutely. This is very much version 1 of our analytics product. We plan to offer not necessarily identical, but similar insights for our publisher users as well, so that they can understand which games are ranking and why, where they have gaps in their review content, and which studios to really focus in on. And also get a good look at, through the website directory functions, how their competition are working with studios as well, and to what effect. So we're really excited about that part. Our main mission with Firstly Games has always been to demonstrate the true value of affiliates generally and specific affiliates to a game studio. And ultimately that comes down to the bottom line. We're working progressively towards that, but we feel that version 1 of analytics does a very good job to allow a studio to benchmark deals that they get presented by affiliates, and conversely enables affiliates to work with and engage with those studios in a really productive and commercially successful way.
Excellent. Well, look, I appreciate you taking me through that. Best of luck with this new product, and for now, thanks for your time today.
Cheers, man. Appreciate it.